And we are live. All right. I think that's getting passed through. Alright, so, hey guys, welcome to the stream. Sorry, a bit of setup there, with the music and stuff. Music might be a little too loud. If it is, we can adjust that. It's all good. Okay. Just bear with me fixing the sound. So that's like not too loud. Windows. Okay, Windows are crashed. Typical Windows crashing and my game still running perfectly fine. Typical. Yeah, the settings menu crashed. Sound settings. Manage, nope, that one. It's gonna set one. There we go. Okay, there we go. Music's pretty good now. Alright, so today's video is a bit of a meme. Today's a bit of a meme. So Ethel just streamed, obviously. She's making a Gacha game out of the memes, so I figured I'd meme too and add a Gacha game operating system because we made a joke about my game not being a hacker sim yet. So I figured, what best way of hacking a Gacha game if it's our Gacha game? So I'm actually going to show you a little bit of history. If I go to my local server, okay, this is my local server, and I go to, I think it's one of these, not that one. Nope. Showing gaming. Here it is. So if I go to so if I go to, let's I'm trying to find it, hang on. I think it is. Yep, documents game. Space. Yep, here it is. So these are my old Game Maker games from 2013, 2012. Okay. Yeah, a bit of history. There's this particular game that I want to remake inside of Unity, inside my game. And I figured I could turn that into a gacha game quite easily. Once it loads, here it is. So I could actually turn this into a gacha game. So how it works is you press E to activate shields, use WSD keys to move, press R to read, spacebar to shoot, and it just becomes a simple little shooter game. Right? So, very simple. Oh yeah, when you have your shields up, your weapons don't shoot, so you either have passive or passive defense capabilities. Shield only lasts so many hits. So I think this would be like a really nice game concept to use as a gacha game. And different ships could have different abilities, like stronger shield, stronger hull, stronger weapons, more power delivery systems, stuff like that. So yeah, why not? So we're gonna recreate that game inside of Unity. So first things first, we need to create a whole new folder. Because it is a meme. It's not really supposed to be part of the game. Gacha space game. Alright. So we're gonna have scripts and pictures, sound, yeah, we're going full blown. We're going crazy. We're gonna have textures, sound, and scripts all going. So first things first, we've got to create our player. No. Game window. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to open this up. Yep. Reload all. It's perfectly fine. I think that reset. That's fine. I don't really. Okay. So. Gacha space game window. Yeah, it'll work. Because again, this is the hell? Okay, we're back. Bloody. Okay. Good, be back now. Alright. Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy paste the account log system. I'm not even kidding, we're just going to copy paste this. The reason why we're copying and pasting all of this is sorry, just concentrating. Yeah, the reason why we're copying and pasting this code is actually due to how I'm handling windows inside of my game. They use window IDs and really fancy stuff like that. So what we want to do is just continue with that trend. Just keep doing the whole not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're trying to make this integrated with the operating system. No worries. So we're going to comment that out because we don't need that. We need show equal false enabled equal false. This not enabled. Okay. I'm going to delete everything relating to that. We're going to keep most of this display rep, display logins. So yeah, we're going to actually keep that menu system. That's actually useful. And we'll just go from there. Alright. Window ID, we're going to set to something that's not being used. Um, 48. 48 will work. So window ID equal 48. Cool. Gacha space window. Enter. We're gonna go on the game. Actually, we're not gonna go on the game. We're just gonna create a entirely new object. Call this met, because why not? Gacha space game window. And as you can see, it does work. All the values are getting set correctly. So that's good. So we can remove that, delete that, go to game, save. It's taking a while to load because we're loading into a new level. We're going to go into here, create a new empty game object called memes. Gacha space window, just like that. Save. And we'll see what breaks. Basically, this is the hardest part of developing for my game. It's creating a new program. So that's really the only problem with my game at the moment. It's actually really hard to create a new program. It's not a create a script, go in, and start doing it. So it's got a lot more steps, but I want to simplify the process as much as possible. It's just at the moment hard to do. And as you can see, it says account tracker, but it is in fact the Gacha game window. So we're going to make this bigger. We're going to make this, I don't know, 400 by... Yeah, okay, so 400, right? By... Nah, I want it... Maybe 600 by 400. Yeah, that's a good size. It takes up a huge portion of the screen, but again, this is for memes, so we're not too worried about like sizing, right? So what is that? 600 by 400. So 400, 600 by 400, just like that. Yep. Okay. Then we're going to do now Gacha game. And that should be good right there. Alright. Now we want to fix this. This is our next step. We've got to fix the titles. So how we do that, it's actually quite easy. We go down here. We call, see how I've already got mini button, close button, all that good stuff. All I have to do reload the game. Apparently I've already done it. Apparently, forward ahead. But yeah, so with Ethel, she asks everyone what type of style of game does everyone want to make. They want to see. With me, I actually know the design that I want to go with. I already know like what I want, how it's going to work. Right at reset. Right. No. Window rect dot width 600 window rect dot height equal 400. And you can see Gacha game. I don't know how long it's going to take me to make this. I'll work on it. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take because we've got to make the sounds, we've got to make the textures, we've got to make the code. We're going to make the Gacha system, we're going to make the gameplay, and we're going to, like, we're making the whole thing. Like, the whole thing. Start to finish. So I don't know how long the stream's going to be. I don't know if you guys want to watch for that long. It's just a meme. A really Stupid meme. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the memes. And as you can see, it's all perfectly. That's kind of how big we want the game. Okay, so we've got a menu system already. So now we just got to implement like game over, point system, enemies, stuff like that. So the cool thing about my UI, this is actually really cool and saves us a lot of time. I can actually position enemies outside of the game window and they'll still move into the game window. So I can actually spawn enemies like say up here and they will actually move down. So I don't actually have to do some fancy like rendering or anything like that. We can just draw enemies above and that works beautifully. So we're going to do that first of all. So we're going to change bank accounts to game. So we're going to change display bank accounts to display game. Display game. And we're just going to get rid of all of this code. And we're going to do play game. Easy. So this will be our play game. This will be our gacha. And this will actually be our upgrades. And there we go. Why is it saying there's an error? Okay. Why? So the next thing we have to do, the next thing. We have to develop the enemy script. It would actually be cool if Ethel was watching this. I think it'd be pretty funny if Ethel was watching this. Okay. Scripts, constructors, something simple. Simple. Copy. Scripts. Nope assets. Gacha space game. Scripts. Create. Enemy system. Alright. Yeah. I've got to restart bloody Visual Studio so it stops nagging me. Alright. Space. Gacha. Enemy system. Again, we're going to be very specific with how we name these, because again, meme don't want to break the rest of the game, so we're gonna be very specific with the name, the scripts, and stuff like that. But that's fine. You guys can live with that. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna have so what values are the enemies gonna have? That's a question. What values do we need? Well, we need health. That's for sure. Okay. We're gonna have float, health. We're gonna have shields. So that will also be shields. So we're actually gonna have current, shields, another float, max shields. We're gonna have weapon. Well, that should be another constructor. Weapon stats actually. Because then we can use it on the player. Okay. This is fine. So, health, current shields, max shields. Just going to do some basic weapon code in here, and then we'll make another constructor for weapons specifically. But this will be fine. Float, weapon timer. Public float, initial fire time. So, weapon. Just going to do fire timer, initial fire time. And we're going to do public float, shield regen time, public float, shield regen timer, public float, initial shield regen timer. Alright. Name, health, current shields, ship type. That should be an enum, but this again, quick and dirty, just to get things sorted out. So we're going to need name, we're going to need int health, so float. Health, float, current, shields, float, max, shields, float, fire, timer, float, float, initial, time, float, shield regen, timer, initial shield, and string ship. And now we gotta do all that again, so name equal name, health equal health, current, shields equal max, initial, shield regen timer, initial. And zip type equal ship type. So what I'm actually doing here, okay, what this is called, it's called a constructor. That's what this is. It's called a constructor. Ethel was doing the same thing with her system, but she was using a scriptable object. So they're two different things. They do the exact same thing, but in different ways, if that makes sense. So this is a constructor. This is like different. I don't know how to explain the difference between a scriptable object and a constructor, but they're the same. A little different, but the same. And what this allows me to do is in the Gacha space thing, just gonna delete all this code. Sorry, because we don't need it. Don't need any of this. Done. Yeah, so basically the constructor allows me to do something like this. So instead of adding all those variables into this script, I could just do map. And if we take a look at, so if I add this into here, real quick, just to show you. If we look at map, see, name, health, current shields, max shields, stuff like that. So when we have a list of enemies, those enemies will just have all of that information. I forgot a couple of variables. Int xpos, public int ypos. Those are important. Totally forgot them. Int xpos, int ypos. So that's x position, y position. So wherever they are in the xy plane. And we're also going to do speed. Perfect. Load. Speed. Instead of doing that, we're gonna again steal some code from some other place. Because why not? We're gonna turn that into a list. So we're just gonna replace the tag string with that. Call these enemies. Done. And then we can do a function void spawn enemy. can do enemy dot add new space Gacha enemy system. And as you, and this is the cool part. This is why I love constructors. Check this out. Boom. It tells you exactly what information to put in where. So we can do test 1, health. Let's do 100, 100, 100. Fire timer. We're going to set that to 1, 1. Shield regen timer. We're going to set that to 1. So shield regen, ship type, test. Expos negative 100. Negative 100. Speed, we're gonna do 1. Okay, so why am I setting X and pos to minus 100? Well, if you remember what I said with the here's our game screen. The yellow box is our game screen. No, you can't see that. Our brown box is a game screen, right? So 0, 0 is actually here. This is that point there is 0, 0. So the top left-hand corner is always 0, 0. So if I make it minus 100, 100, it actually spawns somewhere around there, right? And I can make a conditional check, so an if check, to say if enemy position is minus 100, 100, randomly pick between x 0, so x, I know, say 30, so about here, to the maximum of 540. Alright, so it'll be about here. So the enemies spawn roughly in a space like this. So the enemies spawn somewhere inside this box. Okay? And then we set the speed to move down. So they're actually moving down like this. Okay? And we'll use a triangle. Diamond. This works. So yeah. So the enemies are going to move down like this, but they can spawn anywhere within the red box. Okay, so they can spawn here, they can spawn there, they can spawn over here, they can spawn over there, wherever. Right? They're moving down. But we, as the player, we're moving up. Or the illusion of moving up, we're actually moving like this. Okay. I might code it to where you can move up and down. Why not? Right? Give you more freedom. So the enemies move down, we're moving up. And that's the basis of the game. So every time you get a kill, you get money. When you die, takes you to the main menu, you keep your money. And then you use that money for the gacha. The gacha can give you different ships. And there you go. Hey Emperor. How you doing, mate? So that's the game. That's the gacha game. It's you're using in-game money to pay for ships, which you then do more pulls to get better ships, to get more kills per round. So it's a roguelike gacha game, if you want to call it like that. A roguelike RPG gacha game. So that's the plan. So we actually need to create another system. for bullets. These are important. It's just to keep things simple. Gacha bullet system. Alright. CLI CMD. Copy. Paste. There we go. Okay, so this is same thing as before. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing before. We're going to create a constructor, but this time for the bullets. Right. So we're going to have. So we're actually going to do hull damage, shield damage, right? Because we want different damage types. We want to maybe have maybe a missile, like that, like an EMP missile, or a void. It doesn't do much shield damage. It does a lot of hull damage. Well, it does a lot of hull. It doesn't do a lot of hull damage, but does a lot of shield damage, or just shield, or just hull, either one. So it gives me a lot more options on like what type of ammo everyone uses. We want to do. We want to do speed. And we want pos X, pos Y. Damage, speed, pos X, pos Y. That's it. That's all we need. So float, hull, damage, float, field damage, float speed, float pos X, float pos Y. Actually, they should be in not float. It could be an integer. I think. Should they be? No, they should be floats. Yep. I gotta change the other one. Oh man. Well, at least I don't have to change much. There we go. No. So, all damage. Oops. All damage. Cool. All damage. Field damage. Field damage. Nope. That's a spreadsheet. Field damage. Speed equals speed. Pos X equal pos X. Pos Y equal pos Y. And then we'll attach that to well, we don't actually need to attach that to anything. That could be a separate list, because why not? Then again, No, it can be a separate list. Yep. And then we'll have public string weapon type. Yep. String weapon type. Perfect. Alright. It's all starting to come together. So now in here, we make another list. Public list. Space Gacha bullet system. Bullets. Alright. Weapon type. Basic. Void. And I'm going to shoot. And void bullet move. If bullet system dot count bullets dot count greater than 0. For int I 0 less than bullets dot count I plus bullets dot pos I dot pos y equal pos y plus speed. Pos y equal pos y plus speed. There we go. And then that should do the trick. And there we go. So what have I done? What was all that code for? So this checks if we have bullets, if there's bullets on the screen or bullets that exist. We're going to iterate through if the value I is less than the bullets. So if we have 10 bullets, I will start from 0 and iterate through each bullet. It will then change its Y position, so up and down, equal itself, so pos Y equals pos Y, that's how you make a variable reference itself. We're going to add speed, because the player speed is going to be positive and the enemy's one is going to be negative. So player one's going to go up, the enemy ones are going to go down. Okay? Or it could be the other way around. But that's positive negative numbers. Perfectly fine. But we'll give that a go and see how that goes. So spawn enemy. So what we can do. This is some pretty cool stuff. So okay. So we want to create max enemies. I'm looking max enemies, and we're actually going to use the enemy system, funny enough, to make the player. So I just realized what I've done. So we're actually going to use the enemy system, but we're not going to make that a list. Because there's only going to be one player, right? So we don't need a list of them, we just need one. There you go. So lists are for multiple things, so multiple bullets, multiple enemies, multiple whatever. And the player is just one. Okay, so if enemies dot count less than max enemies, then for every int I equals 0, I less than enemies. Hello. For every int I equals 0, I less than enemies. Do we want... Hang on. Yes, we do. Enemies not count. I plus plus. Okay. And then we can do this. We're going to do a float pos x equal random dot range between 30 and I think I said 540, I think is fine. Okay, so pos x equal that. Yeah, so we're going to scan through each enemy. We're going to do this outside. We're actually going to set that outside. Right. Yep. Pos x equal random range. Yep. And then we're gonna set that to pos x. And we're gonna leave that like the way it is. So that's gonna be a random number. That's gonna be like that. Yeah, it's fine if they spawn on top of each other. It's fine. Again, it's just a simple test. We just need to make sure that it actually works. Spawn enemy. Okay. And we're going to do player. Void player. Where are you learning C#? Self-taught. I self-taught C#. Yep. Okay, so if again we're gonna still oh my god, I keep stealing code. We're gonna steal code off the computer. Input. Let's get key. Here it is. It's not input, it was key down. So the reason why I'm taking this code is this is actually a UI specific. This event is actually intended to be used with UI. There's multiple ways you could do checks to see if a key is pressed. This one was actually intended for UI. So we're going to use this. So if the current type is a key down event, so you can do key up, key down, or just both. And the key code is whatever we want it to be. So in this case, W. Or up arrow. So you'll be able to use the W key or the up key. Transform is the object's position in 3D space. So X is left and right, Y is up and down, Z is back and forth. Rotation is, well, the orientation of the object in 3D space, also known as a quaternion. So you'd use quaternions to change rotation, transform, or to change the position. What do you mean by script align? So player dot pause plus speed. Can we make our own script line? Like, make your own script, like, copy other, like, not copy. I don't understand. Make your own script, like, copy other, like, not copy. Can you, I don't understand what you mean. I don't. No. It depends. You don't have to memorize. No one can memorize everything. No one can memorize code. Code's too complicated for that. You just need to remember the basics. What an integer is, what a float is, what a boolean is, if, else, switch, for each, for, and language-specific things. That's it. If you know one language, you basically know them all, if you remember the basics. Okay, that should be our basic movement down. Player movement. Cool. Cool. And then we're going to do a simple GUI.box new rect. We're going to do player dot pos x player dot pos y, and we're just going to do 100 by, actually no, we're going to do 40 by 40, and I think 48 by 48 I think will be fine. And we'll just do people player. And I think that should be all good. And we want to draw the box after we move, so it's a bit more. No, like I'm coding, you're seeing me code right now, and I'm not looking up Google, I'm not like researching code or anything like that. I'm doing this all by memory. Like, well, not memory. I've been copying and pasting from other scripts I made, but a lot of the code you're seeing is just done based on just me doing it type thing. It comes naturally over time. Just time. I self-taught programming. I didn't go to school. I actually quit school to do programming. And I've been doing it 6 to 8 years. No, longer. 2012, yeah, 8 years. No, 2021 now, so 9 years. I've been programming for over about 9 years. Yeah, over 8 years. Alright, now's the does it work? Does player movement work? Will enemies spawn in a random position? Hit reset. What? Play game. Okay. Player speed. We're gonna do 100. Okay, set that to 0. Okay. Down's going up. Alright. Change that to 1. Yeah, so it's all backwards. It's all backwards. But you can kind of see it working. You can actually see like how it's all coming together. It's not very smooth though. But I don't think there's a way to fix that. So that should be plus, that should be negative, that should be plus, and that should be negative. YouTube. That's how I started. That's how I learned YouTube. Watching other programmers, watching tutorials, watching streams. That's how I learned. Bank. Bang, 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 bang. Play game. Play game. Because you're watching and not actively doing it. What I mean by like, okay. Watch tutorial videos, not streams. If watching someone else program bores you, watch video tutorials instead and follow along the tutorial. So watch the video, right? Then go watch the video throughout the whole thing. Okay, so you understand the scope of the video and what the video is all about. Okay. Go back to the beginning and follow along. That's how you learn. You follow along those videos. You don't watch. You don't just watch. You follow along. You create what they're creating, and over time you'll just learn like, oh, if I want to create a health system, I want to do this. If I want to create a damage system, I want to do this. If I want to make an object move, this is, you just sort of understand certain elements better. But that's how you learn. You learn by doing it yourself. And by that I mean you code with the video. Watching a video isn't gonna help you much if you're not trying to do what the video's telling you. Because if it bugs out, right? If you're following a tutorial and it works in the video but it doesn't work for you, okay? That problem solving of, okay, why doesn't it work? What am I missing? That is what makes a good programmer. It's the instant, okay, it's not working, why isn't it working? Let's trace back steps, so let's figure out what the common cause is. And over time you'll learn it's either a comma, semicolon, a bracket, a brace. You just learn. And you learn by breaking things too. Like you learn by breaking the game or breaking the program, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Why does this do what it does? And you can edit their code too. Like, you can edit like that's not working. How'd I do it in the other game? Like, you follow along the video, okay? Say they implemented a weapon customization system, right? They taught you how to implement a customization system. Now you ask yourself, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? What happens if I change the color? What happens if I move it over here? What does that look like? What does that do? What does that do? And that's how you learn as well. You learn by breaking things like your Lego, right? Do you learn how to build with Lego by reading the manuals? Or do you learn by not following the manuals and doing your own creation? Same thing with programming. You follow the manual to understand the concept, to understand what this piece does with this piece. But then once you understand the concept, you're like, okay, but I can swap this piece with that piece. And this piece lets me do this. And this piece lets me do that. And then I can create a bridge. See? That's the kind of mindset you have to have for programming. It's the constant questioning of things. Maybe else would work better here. That's how you do else, right? See ya, mate. Well, I mean, that probably worked because not erroring out. I'm very passionate with programming. Like, it's definitely one of my top passions. As much as I hate it, sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's like, why don't you work? I don't understand. I will never understand. But it is something that I want more people to do. But I know it's not for everyone, type thing. Yeah, see, it feels off to me. Why does it feel off? If event dot What if I get rid of that? What happens? Will that work? See, this is why I don't really make programming videos or anything like that, because just making a simple meme, okay? A simple meme. Look how long it's taken me just to get it where you can move the player. Like, this really shows the skill that Ethel has, because she can just do it. She could just go in and make something practically instantly. Yeah, no, event isn't gonna work. Let's do if input dot get key. Let's try that. I think this one, while the other one was more for AI, I mean, while I think the other one is for definitely UI, where you want to like have one input per frame and stuff like that, for a game that it doesn't feel right. I think this will feel better, possibly. Because the problem that I'm having is you wanna press multiple keys at the same time. You wanna press W, you wanna press D, you wanna go diagonal, you wanna press S and D. Like, it needs to feel responsive, and I wasn't feeling that responsiveness. Wasn't feeling the game. Just wasn't feeling the player. It was just too weird. See, it feels like snakes, right? It feels like you're playing Snake. Like it's got that very grid feeling, not very responsive type. Like if I go to my games and go to mini games, run that, and then we go to I don't know. Terabirds, right? You're only moving side to side. You're pressing space, and that's all well and good. See how smooth that looks and feels. I want that, but how am I doing that? That's the real question. And that's a side-to-side game, not a full WSD game, so input get key A and D. Okay. Okay. What if it's that instead? Let's try it. I hope Ethel's not mad at me. That like... I hope when Ethel finds out, she's not going to be mad. Speed. Oh, look at that. See what I mean by like it goes diagonal? Yeah, that is super responsive. Look at that. I mean, it still feels off, but much better. Probably want to set that to 0.01. 0.1. 5. $75, so it's 25% slower than normal. No, 0.5. Look, only 0.5. if WSA and D I'll code in a solution to that at some point. We're gonna make the player box a little smaller, so then I gotta feel for like how big I want it. 48's too big, so let's halve it. Let's do 24. 48, 24, and go from there. But yeah, I definitely like the speed of being 0.5. I feel like that's pretty good. Player dot speed equal 0.5 f, and then I can use like upgrades or whatever to sort of, you know, go slower, faster by like, I think 0.4 and 0.6 I think is a good range to sit in between if we want to do upgrade system. 0.5 is pretty good though. Be right back. Back. And I'm back. Alright, let's see how this movement system feels. Yeah. Okay. What does half that feel like? Okay. It's a little inconsistent, but I can fix that with timers. I really wanted to. Yep. Alright, so even 0.1 probably feel good now. 0.2, I think. 0.2 is probably the lowest we should ever go. Cool. So we're going to set it to 2.5. And we're going to make it where spacebar. So this is where the event current would come in. Space. Call it. But add new whole damage. We're gonna say we're gonna say 50. 50. Speed of 10. Pos X will be player. And player was fine. Cannot convert float to what? Change that though, didn't we? Bullet float. What? Gacha space gacha bullet system. Oops. And now it's all working. Okay. change it to that, and X should be 10. Y should be 5. Let's try that. Look at the bullets go! Look at them go! Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. See? Like bullets. Woohoo! Pew 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 pew. I'm gonna go up. And we want to set the pose X. Hunt. Plus 4. And then alright. Now this is the part that's gonna take some time. So the part is optimization. So I gotta figure out when do I want the bullets to go off screen. So when will the bullets disappear? less than 0. Just straight up, probably less than -10. Let's do that. Negative 10. So if bullets I dot pos y is less than -10, less than or equal to bullets dot remove at I. How big is our windows? 400. So if I do the exact same thing, if bullets dot y is greater or equal to 410, there we go. And that should be good. So if I give that a test now, that should look pretty sweet. Is it fun watching me code? Like, are you enjoying watching me do this? Like, am I entertaining enough to bear with the tediousness of that is called programming? There we are. Look, see, they're getting removed. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's pretty optimized to me. Okay, so okay. We're gonna attempt to spawn enemies. So next enemies, we're gonna set the 10. Just looked up Unity. Whoops. Yep, there's no getting out of it. It's locked up. Hello. Hello, Maggie Quell, ABC. How are you? Jeez. These are all my old Game Maker games. Like from 2013, 2012. Is it? Nope. Is it? Nope. Dev? Nope. Admin? Nope. I am elite dev. No, man. I'm gonna crack this code. Just hang on. Hey, got it.
Philadelphia upload successful. Welcome back, Commander.
Yeah. Admin files. Don't tell anyone to reset the password, don't reset the scores, don't abuse admin. Admin file. Oh, look at all my music tricks. Look at all the music. This might be loud. See if I can turn it down. Taking a small break. Taking a small break. We're gonna get copyrighted so hard. Wow, 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 wow. Let's see if you can guess any of these songs. Let's see if you can guess them. This will be an interesting challenge. You probably won't get this one. This one's all. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, this used to be my old YouTube intro song. This used to be my old YouTube intro. You just got rickrolled. That is rickrolled stream. 8-bit stop. And so do I. I don't know to tell you, but I think you just got rickrolled. Rickrolled, yeah, you just got bloody rickrolled, and I know the rules. So do you. 8-bit Halo. Ooh, can you guess where this is from? This is from Battlefield 1942. The first Battlefield. This is the Warthog run from Halo 3. Bow, 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 yeah, so they're all the same songs. So that's one of the games. But I've got this one. So, would you like to see my very first operating system I've ever made? I think you want to see my very first operating system I've ever made. You're kidding.